What's up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zoo November. The Ham Radio Adventure guys, thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Hump Day. Time for the Hump Day Happy Hour. And we're going to thank a lot of people right here in a second. But before we do that, we're going to start with Roy, Kilo Tango 4 Echo Mike, for your donation through Buy Me a Coffee. As you guys can see, the donation thing is popping up tonight already. So shout out to the Patreons. You guys are awesome. And we're going to talk about a lot of you guys right here in a minute because it's almost time for me to see a whole group of you guys. So I'm really getting excited about that. Also, shout out to the YouTube members, including our newest POTA rover. Somebody's not scared. Whiskey One, Whiskey Charlie. Hey, congratulations. You look good in green writing, buddy. And shout out to the Ever Changing Adventure Club. Kent, with his off-stream donation, jumped over into the top 4. So thank you very much, Kent. All right.
What's up, man?
Hump Day, Dan. Do your thing. Do your thing, buddy.
Episode 179 of Hump Day Happy Hour. Welcome. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Whiskey 8, Echo, Romeo, Liz, and fam. Good evening. Toby, Alpha Delta 2, Charlie Delta, Kent, Kilo 9, Alpha, Echo, and Whiskey 1, Whiskey Charlie. Just mentioned he's our newest rover member on YouTube. He says, the thumbnail is me today. Yeah, it was cold up there for sure. Kilo Oscar 4, Golf, Bravo, Mo. What is happening? Fred, N8 SLT, hello. He actually caught the intro. He says this is probably the first intro that he's seen. So welcome, Fred. Georgia Parks and Propagation. That's Ron Chris. Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar, or AE4 X-Ray Oscar, or Alpha Echo 4 XO, depending on how he wants to say it. Mike Roberge, the PP man, brought me in gum on the bottom of his shoe to share his activation. Appreciate that. KETX. Mike, 88KB. Good to see you. Kenny, KC5MJE. Rolling on down. Jimmy, KI5PRK. Good evening, buddy. Kilo 40 Tata. What is going on, buddy? Kilo 8. You're in the log, Terry. Welcome. N8TIN. Dan, one Dan to another, as always. Welcome. Did I get snow? Yes. Matter of fact, we did. We got about 3 inches, 3.5 or so. It's still on the ground out there. It was cold. The kids loved it. They played in it. They didn't get any black eyes throwing snowballs at each other, but they had fun. Mike 88KB, already got your Ron Goat, Whiskey 9 Romeo Whiskey Golf. If I murdered your last name, I'm so sorry. Good to see you, buddy. Dad, Kilo Delta 9 Uniform Victor Kilo. November 4, Charlie Whiskey Bravo. What's going on, buddy? We ain't seen you in this chat in a while. Good to see you. Kilo Oscar 4, November Lava. He also got snow. He got more snow than we did. He's a little bit north of us. He survived the southern snowmageddon for sure. Dean, Alpha Quebec 4, Alpha Delta Juliet. Good to see you, buddy. And Martini, that's Whiskey Delta 4 Jumbo Marshmallow Juliet. Mike. Kilo 4 Lima India. Or as the marshmallow says it, Kilo 4 Lima India. And Alpha Delta 9 Whiskey Mike Dennis. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to episode 179 of Hump Day.
So speaking of Kilo 4 Lima India, he's always loud, but I'll tell you what, he's slack this year. He's enjoying his vacation from hunting me.
He is.
And he's hunted me a lot of the days, but he's taken way too many off. He needs to get in my log a little bit more, buddy. You're better than that, Josh. Come on now.
Yeah, he said he was free. Ronnie slid in here after I passed it back. Kilo Oscar 4, Zulu, Romeo X-Ray, and Larry Uniform Kilo X-Ray. Good to see you, buddy.
Uniform ICOM X-Ray.
Uniform ICOM X-Ray. That's right. Hey, man, warmer weather is in your future.
So you know, speaking of ICOM, Larry, I had my day made today, and it had nothing to do with me or anything, but there was a guy who hunted me, He didn't tell me what radio he was on. He didn't tell me anything. I worked him. I told him he had some distortion in his voice, but he was about a 5'7". He said, "Well, do you mind if I work you on another radio?" I said, "Yeah, go ahead." And he worked me on his other radio. I said, "You're a lot louder now. You're 5'9" with no distortion. He said, "Okay, I was trying to see the difference in this 7300 and this 710." And I said, "Well, I would stick with that 710 because it sounds a lot better." He said, "I thought it would."
Yes, sir.
Yeah. As soon as he said that, I smiled really big, and I was like, "Larry's gonna love that." Oh, anyway, it's Hump Day, and it's Hump Day right before Winterfield Day, and all you guys down in the South are just whining about this couple inches of snow you got and your 30-degree weather. Come on, guys.
It's
What's wrong with that?
It's not that we're whining, but 90% of the people can't even drive in the rain, and now you add ice on the roads. It just people get just totally mental around here.
I remember that when I lived in North Carolina, they called for snow flurries, and everybody acted like an idiot.
Yeah.
And they bought 7 months of groceries for the thoughts of snow flurries, and nobody would leave their house. They'd shut down all the work, and I'd go out and I'd be doing donuts in all the parking lots and acting like a true West Virginian would.
Yes, sir.
Like, "Oh, you're crazy, man. It's dangerous out there."
Yeah, they shut down schools today, and schools tomorrow are also shut down because it's going to get colder tonight. So all that snow that melted today is going to re-ice. And if you go to work most people go to work 6:30, 7, 8 in the morning.
Well, they're shutting down schools here, but not because of all the snow we got, which we got way more than you guys, but because it's just so cold.
Yeah.
And kids have to go out and catch buses and stuff like that. And it's really, really cold out. And when I have to go in between my bands, when I have to wait a few minutes because I got to turn the heater back on in the car and get the warmth going back again in the car before I connect to the next band, it's a little too cold. So
it's not so much the cold here; it's probably the ice on the roads, and you don't want the school buses playing slippy slidey with all the kids on board.
But the good news is it is supposed to warm up this weekend. I think we're going to be 41 for field day.
Oh,
with around 26 in the night. So 26 for the lows. That's like a summer breeze. And here's the only thing: as long as the road is clear to get up on Tick Ridge, that might be interesting.
Yeah, they still got the road over Chief Logan Block, though, right?
Oh, it's closed. It's been closed. Yeah.
Kenny says they got up to 50 today. Wow.
Well, the last time it got 40 here, I thought it was like summertime, and I went out and did like 8 parks that day. So I look forward to it getting up to the 26 lows and 40 highs. I'll take that.
Well, soon you won't have to deal with it. You'll be snowbirding.
Oh yeah, but it's so cold down there.
It's so 45. K7ZFI said it was 6 degrees this morning and 54 this afternoon. That's a pretty big swing.
So for those of you who wondered, because Brian mentioned the thumbnail, my thumbnails always mean something. That pretty much is my attitude with everything right now, because you guys all know that we've been waiting patiently since November to get the car back from the deer of death, and the place who did the airbags called and said they were transferring it back to the body shop, that it's done there. And supposedly all the body shop had left to do was put the grill back in, and it was going to be ready to roll for this Florida trip. Well, when he comes in and gets the car and he turns on the defroster, the little ding in the windshield that they missed and they didn't put on the insurance claim sends that crack all the way across the windshield. And now we got to wait on the insurance to either approve or deny whether they're going to fix that on this claim.
Oh,
So
geez. That ain't one thing; it's another.
It's been an absolute headache. There's Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Victor Delta.
Yeah,
in the car from her cold activation.
Fresh off an activation. She did a really good job handling the late shift pile up there.
She definitely had a pile. I got back from my activation. She set up for the stream, and I seen she was still on, so I turned the radio on and went to hunt her. And she said, "You still in the park?" I said, "No, I'm home."
Not today.
She had a good activation.
Yeah, she was doing a good job too.
Yeah. But and then of course, you know, they've had the car since November. Not even realizing it until today. Also realizing that the tags are now dead, so all the taxes have to be paid for the car and to get new tags. Of course, the sticker's dead, but that would have that's no big deal. But the tag with the taxes, that's a big one.
When it rains, it pours.
That car's it's like every time I have a vehicle that goes down, it's never ending money pit after that.
It sounds like it'd just be easier if they would have declared it total and just give you money for another one.
I wish they would have.
Right. Sherry, next time do a better job.
That's what I'm saying.
Hit 2 deer.
I mean, technically with the windshield cracked and the airbags deployed, that's almost a total.
You would think, because 9 times out of 10, unless it's a newer
that's two of the categories that they look at.
Yeah. An airbag deployment's a big one because it's not cheap to get those replaced. So.
Oh no, and especially when you have as much problem as we had getting those replaced.
Yeah. Terry wants to know if there were deer on the sidewalk.
I don't know. We're not even going to talk about those deer no more, Terry.
That's right.
Terry went out in the cold and activated today. Got me.
He did, and I missed him. He did. I saw a spot, but I missed him. Couldn't get into the radio in time. I was working.
I don't know how long he was out, and he got me on because he got me on 40 park to park, and then when he worked me on 20, he was home. So I don't know how good he did, but bands seemed fine to me today.
Yeah, they were decent. From the little I played during the day, they were good. Got on the radio probably 5:30, 6 o'clock, and worked a whole bunch, and they were good then. So.
Yeah. But so we got field day, and then hopefully, if everything goes right with this car situation and everything, hopefully I'll be heading out Monday morning. I'm going to drive down to about Greenville, South Carolina on Monday. And then on Tuesday, head down to Valdosta and see Mr. Dan and swipe his new beam. And
that's right.
You know, I can't wait to make his beam my new mobile antenna.
Right. It's going to be. So we're going to have to fabricate a mobile mount for it. And Sherry, you're going to have to learn which way is north, south, east, and west as you're driving. So if he tells you to point northwest, you're going to have to swing the car
around. Drift west.
You know, no. I mean, we can do like I got a rotor.
Yeah, we'll
put a rotor on.
We can do a rotor.
Yeah, no problem.
Just make sure there's no 18-wheelers when you rotate it that way. Oh, and so that that'll be Dan will be my first Patreon of the year this year. And then right after that will be Viz and family. I'll be hitting up an activation with them. We were talking about that last night. Thank you very much, Brian, for the $20 super chat. And yes, smash that like button, subscribe, share. You know what?
Log in here.
Do all that stuff. But let's do this. So every February when I go down, I put this number in my head of new subscribers that I want to accomplish in February. and you know, Brian is behind Josh, and he's number 2 in that adventure club. And Josh says, just in case that $20 got you close, forget that stuff. Bicycle fun to Florida. Yeah.
There you go.
Bicycle won't need a windshield, will it, Josh? Thank you very much, Josh. Appreciate it. But I didn't forget. Oh, then Liz will be next. But then that week after Liz, we'll be sitting at Hamcation, and I'm quite sure I'm going to run into a ton of my Patreons there. Well, at least a ton of them's told me they're coming. So I really look forward to that. But I'm going to put this out there. There's going to be a very special guest at Hamcation. I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm going to say that if you're not coming to Hamcation this year and hanging out at the POTA tent, you're going to miss out because there's going to be a very special guest. And I'm not. This is not shenanigans. So I'm not pulling no strings. I ain't saying that I'm activating at 5 o'clock and not doing it like I did last night. But there's going to be a very special guest.
All right. So just so you know, I just looked it up here. I did it from Big Ugly. So if you're in Big Ugly and you want to bicycle down here, it'll take you 233 hours or about 10 days. Just saying.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to get me one of them bicycle trailers too to pack my gear, right?
There you go. Terry, the guest is not made of plastic.
No. Afraid not, Terry. Don't get excited. But for those of you who don't show up at the POTA tent, you might be disappointed when you see pictures.
Yeah.
It's worth the price of admission.
Mo, Hamcation is Chris just put it in there, February 8th and 9th.
February 8th and 9th, the weekend before my birthday. So all you guys can wish me happy birthday. It's also, oh gosh, why am I not remembering the exact date? It's also right around my big sis KB3 Whiskey Alpha Victor's birthday as well.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Terry, you're not going? Brian, I thought you were going to Hamcation this year.
Brian was going, but he's got some family stuff he's got to do in Michigan.
Huh. Well, it's warmer in Florida.
It's definitely warmer in Florida.
Well, that sucks. Brian's not going. I mean, that was my whole reason to go. I guess I'll just stay home.
Well, no, you won't want to miss this special guest either.
Yeah. Is my boo coming? I don't think. Steven, you ever been to Hamcation? You should.
I don't think he is.
You should come down. It would be a lot easier if you just hurry up and get that license.
First off, thank you for the super chat, and I'm glad that I actually see you in the stream because I don't know if you watch Sunday's stream or not, but I am going to call you out because your CW protege called you out for it too, because I was blaming him, but I'm supposed to have a microphone a long time ago, and I ain't talking about an Ellicraft one as a trick. I was supposed to have a microphone that somebody is supposed to build, and I still don't have that. No need to send it until about time for me to come back now, because it'll just sit in the mailbox. But somebody needs to get on that, Stephen. That's all I'm saying.
He says he's never been to Hamcation, so I think you should build his mic
and bring it.
and bring it on down.
Yep.
That's right. You can jump into my arms again. There's a video somewhere.
It's on my phone.
He says there was a miscommunication. I never offered, but I can make you one.
Oh, okay. So the miscommunication was PP Man is just trying to get out of it. I understand. Yeah, I didn't think you would really be to blame, Stephen. I know that PP Man tries to worm his way out of everything.
Oh, PP trying to pass the buck there.
You know, he's just he. I don't know. He don't have to be jealous anymore. He's running 110 watts now.
You know, and walking all over me in the process.
Now, let's just put this in perspective. The guy who is Mr. PP is running more watts than any of us that activate.
That's true. You know,
he's running 110 watts.
Yeah, he's trans PP. He's in an adjustment period.
Yeah. Well,
he sounded good today for sure.
Yeah, on 110 watts, he should.
Yeah. Scraped me right off the bottom of his shoe. Just stepped on me like I was a piece of bubble gum. I think that amp will put out 110, Brian. You gotta kind of overdrive it a tad, but yeah. But by overdrive it, I mean 8 watts in.
Yeah, it actually says it on the front faceplate, 110 watts.
Oh, 200 watts portable with the TS480. Now that sounds like fun.
That sounds real fun.
Yeah, that'd be 187 watts though. 183, sorry.
183.
Yeah.
I wonder what I'd sound like on 183 watts activating. Then them guys would really be like, he's not in the park.
Yeah. There ain't no way he's in a park.
That's what I need to do. I one day, me and Terry needs to go up to Lost River and get the cabin, and have Terry bring his 101 MP, and I'll run 183 watts on that sucker.
I might do that next the Georgia Parks event.
You'd have to take an amp. You don't get
yeah. I'm gonna take my amp out there because it'll run off 110, and all the shelters out there have 110 power. It'll run off 110 fine. It doesn't have to be 220. I mean, you won't get the full power out of it. Only get about 500 or 600, but yeah.
Only get 500 or 600.
Yeah.
You do that, and the whole time I'm just gonna sit there on your feet and say, "He's not in a park. He's too loud."
That would be funny.
Oh, it's great.
During late shift, I'll get on 7200 and activate.
Oh, there's a couple frequencies need activated on legal limit all the time. Some of them guys are just. So another thing we got to look forward to in Hamcation is, what do y'all think's going to come out new? I know one thing that's coming out new, because
I want the prices on that.
Huh?
I want to know how much that costs.
I'm not talking about the Yaesu because I don't know that. I don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
That is my assumption, is that radio is going to drop there. I'm hoping. I don't know if I'm hoping it or not, because then I'm going to find out what the price is of it. But I do know one thing that's coming new there, and I'm not even going to say it, but I know that there's going to be limited quantity there, and one of them is being saved for me.
Oh, rocks glass.
No.
Damn. No. Sorry, Larry. I tried, buddy.
No, that's not it. It's a new version of something that I use a lot.
Ooh. Huh.
So.
I wonder.
Mike said a POTA 44. No.
All right.
Speaking of that, so they do have that new heavy duty version of the 33. Just
Yeah.
for people's knowledge, the PP Man 33 spike does not fit the heavy duty version. That is a totally different bowl, and it does not fit it. So, and I don't think there will be any version for that spike because it's a lot bigger bowl.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what's the heavy duty version? What's its use case? Like a semi-permanent install, or
it's a lot bigger round.
Than
the regular 33.
I guess to hold more weightier antennas, or maybe if you want to do like a semi-permanent install with it, or
I don't know. Well, we'll just Brian say his thoughts. I know it's expensive, so I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. Don't know nothing about it.
And PP Man says, and no, we're not making one. Wonder if I'm curious what made them come out with a heavy duty version.
That I do not know.
That'd be a good question to ask them here in a couple of weeks. Like, what was their use case? Like, what kind of feedback did they get to make them think that they needed a heavy duty version to start with? So, yeah, I just like to know how companies come up with ideas for for products and stuff. The story behind them sometimes really good. Sometimes you might get a story from a handful of people that wanted the heavy duty version because they were all doing something that we wouldn't even think about doing with them. So,
it was quite funny because I asked Brian, I was like, what do you do with masts that you break things? Steven's another one. Yeah. And Brian's like, well, I put a bowline on the top of them. I was like, on the top of them? It's like, what do you put a bowline on the top of them for? But,
what are they improving on the Eagle One, Toby? I don't think they're going to improve anything on the Eagle One. Not talk about my buddy Tristan or anything.
She's guessing. She's guessing on what I said. It's something that I use a lot. Actually, there is an improvement on the Eagle One.
Faster shipping.
And it actually is dropping right after February, but it ain't dropping on Hamvention. But Dan's receiving one in February.
Yeah.
But that's not from Eagle One. That's from A-Track Adventure Gear. But no, it's something that I use a lot, and I'm not going to let it out because I plan on having a video drop of it in Florida. So,
am I going to do a question of the weekend like I did in Huntsville? Yes, I just have to come up with a question. In Huntsville, it was what kind of cheese do you like on your Philly cheesesteak sandwich? But I am going to do a question for everybody that I can find that wants to be on video and ask them a question. I just don't know what it's going to be yet.
I don't know if I'm doing a challenge in Orlando or not. I haven't decided yet. I know there's an awesome challenge going to be in Dayton this year.
What I would really like to do, it would be a lot more time consuming than just asking a question. But what would be really neat is, I know if somebody came up to me randomly and asked me to do it, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But almost everybody carries a backpack there with stuff in it. So it's kind of like a what's in the bag, kind of thing. Like, show me what's in your backpack right now. Some people might not want to show you, but
you're right. We're getting none of your business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Man, does that mean I'm going to have to pack a backpack down there now?
No, but no, I don't know what question it's going to be yet. But yeah, I am planning on something.
I normally have my little side bag that I pack anyway. A lot of times.
Your man purse.
My man purse, yes.
Your merce.
Well, it probably is a man purse because PP Man sent it to me.
That's true.
So.
Yeah, we'll think of something.
I actually have two of them though.
It might be something radio related that I ask, or it might be just something totally off the wall like I did in Huntsville. I have no idea. I came up with what to ask in Huntsville. I came up with that while we were driving up to Huntsville, I think. So, I mean, you never know what's going to come out of my mouth sometimes.
I was asking a question up there at the pavilion, but I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. You were walking around with your Dr. Pepper
Yeah.
can, though, and
I felt left out because all the YouTubers was walking around with microphones asking everybody this and that. So I felt left out, and I was asking a question with I just was sticking my Dr. Pepper following people's face. But what was the question? I'm really trying to remember now.
I don't remember what it was.
Jelly or not?
Yes, that was
It was jelly or not.
Yeah.
And now Terry knows exactly why I was asking that question too. I remember it now.
Oh, the good thing about Huntsville next year, he may do it in Orlando. I'm not sure. Definitely Huntsville next year. Frank is going to do his beans again. So
Yeah,
if
he
you
doesn't normally do beans in Orlando.
if you like a slight tingle on your tongue,
A tingle on your tongue, is that how you're going to put that? Okay.
A slight tingle on your tongue, I would highly suggest you try Frank's beans that he makes there. And when I say slight tingle on your tongue, I mean it's going to set your mouth on fire, but they're good.
Yeah, I mean I'm going to eat them again.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to regret it again, but I'm going to eat them.
Oh, I regretted it. Oh, they taste amazing, but I regretted eating them. But they're good beans. Yeah. They're hot, muy caliente.
I thought Dan thought I was messing with him when I just take a bite, man. Just take a bite.
You didn't tell me how hot they were. They say the first thing you said is, "Do you like baked beans?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Do you like spicy stuff?" I said, "Yeah, depending on how spicy it is." He goes, "Here, try this." I was like, "Okay." I took a bite, and it's like, holy crap, tasty, fire.
What's up, Sebastian? Good to see you in the chat.
Yeah, he will be down in Orlando too, by the way. If anybody doesn't know Sebastian, he is the author and maintainer among his development staff of the Polo logger, Ham 2K portable logger.
And I'm gonna give him a shout out too, because he's also an extremely helpful developer.
Absolutely.
Because not only is he in my Discord, and I've seen him answer many of questions for people in my Discord, but last year in Dayton when I met him, my phone was doing something and I could not get none of the lookups to work. And he literally plugged my phone into his laptop and had me doing it. And my phone was throwing a code, and it was changing a letter to capital, even though I wasn't putting it in capital. And he fixed that right on the spot, so nobody else's phone could do that.
Yeah.
So it, took the time right there in the middle of the show to do that. So he's a very helpful developer.
They're really responsive too. Him, and he has a lot of Elmers in his Discord. Drop a link real fast. His website, polo.ham2k.com. They got a nice message board forum on the website as well. Helpful folks if you have trouble. Join their Discord, and good little chit chat about random stuff, and also about obviously the logger. So.
If I could just get it on Windows, I'd be in heaven.
Oh. But what was I going to? Yeah, I was getting back to when I saw Sebastian's name. He's going to be in Hamcation as well. So come hit him up. He'll be around, probably at the POTA tent here and there, and we'll go out and do an activation with him so he can see how we use his logger in real time in the field. So I always find it. I was talking on his Discord. Was it earlier today or last night? My days run together, but I like watching people use software that I make because it gives me feedback. I don't have to ask them questions. I just watch them navigate it themselves the way they do, and it gives me feedback on how I can make it better, or what they're doing. So
speaking of software you make, it's almost the end of January, and I'm going to need some software pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure out
some stat software.
We're going to have to figure out the best way to do that one. That's some complicated stuff.
Yeah. Lucky for me, the Hand of the King does stuff like that because sometimes I require some very special needs.
Yeah, you are special needs.
So,
let's
but
play poker on the radio. Dan, write something to help me.
but now, if you guys don't realize it though, that has ended up making a lot of things for a lot of people. My special needs, has opened up a whole new world in POTA because I have friends that do things in POTA, and I get them to do something for me enough times. They're like, you know what, I'm just gonna make this access to everybody. The POTA Ninja map that started with me aggravating James to death.
Yeah.
About parks and stuff like that, and that's how that was created to start with. So,
Sebastian says free stickers if you find them in Orlando. It's awesome. November Lover says he's converted to Polo for his field logging. Speaking of field logging, in the January 25 release that was released not long ago at all, it now supports Winter Field Day. So if you want to use Polo for Winter Field Day, he's your man.
Yeah, that's how I log all my sodas. All my sodas is logged on it. I do not log my POTAs on it because my pileups are huge, and me on my phone doesn't work very well like that. But,
big thumbs.
Huh?
Big thumbs.
Yes, big thumbs.
Yeah.
But that's why I said I'd love to have it on Windows because it is awesome, awesome stuff. I've logged POTA with it, but
I would like to have it on. Yeah, I would like to have it on Windows too, just to have another option because. Excuse me. Sometimes, well, not sometimes. I mean, I got a Windows laptop or two, but I run it on my Android tablet, and it works great. But I'd like to have the option to run it on my Windows.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about getting a tablet just to do it, just to see if my thumb could do it, but I'd probably end up getting a tablet, and then I'd end up putting a keyboard on the tablet because keyboards just work better for me than touchscreens.
Yeah,
when it comes to typing.
I got a keyboard on my tablet, like a Bluetooth keyboard, because I can't do the touchscreen. One, when you type, the screen comes up, the on-screen keyboard, and it takes up, a lot of your real estate on the screen, and I can't stand that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I use an external keyboard as well.
So, all right,
yeah,
but
fun coming up here in Orlando for sure.
So what's everybody looking forward to seeing in Orlando? That's what I want to know. Whether you're going or whether you're just going to sit and watch people's videos relentlessly saying, "I wish I was there." Because I'm not getting to see the special person that's at the POTA tent that James is talking about.
I can tell you what I'm not going to do in Orlando. I'm not going to get another Yazoo map.
You could.
I could.
You could.
Okay, I'm not going to buy another Yazoo map.
Well, I mean, if you're not buying it for yourself, it's like a gift thing. It's not as bad. Like you can't feel bad when you go out and say, "Well, I'm not going to buy myself a new radio, but I'm going to buy James a new MP."
Yeah, And a bunch of hats. That's right. You challenged me to do a snow angel on video. The snow is not angel type of snow. It's kind of like an iced over snow. It'd be a pain to make a snow angel in that. Yes. The FTX 1F. Well, not really.
I don't know, but if he can convince somebody with that, I'm down for it. Brian can be your accountant, y'all.
There you go. You're doing my taxes next year.
I don't think it is though, because I'm not a nonprofit. Even though there is no profit.
Yeah. Do you too? You'll get rich, they said. Okay.
Yeah.
But hey, now you have a boss that is really a hard ass
jerk. He's a jerk.
He never makes you. He doesn't give you a day off or anything.
I haven't had a day off in over 3 years. Dude's an absolute jerk. No holidays, no snow days, no COVID days.
Oh man, what we got? We got Orlando coming. Okay, well, we got Winterfield Day first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Orlando.
Yep.
Then what would be after that? Support Your Parks, and then Murphy and Dayton.
Support Your Parks, Murphy, Dayton, Michigan.
Yeah. Support Your Parks, then Huntsville.
And Huntsville.
Yeah. The season, the ham season. That's what I call it. Beginning in February. The ham season.
And somewhere in there, I got to squeeze a trip in to the north.
That's right. That's right. Georgia QSO party as well.
I got to squeeze a trip into the north. But yeah. I'm hoping to be able to pull off getting my bike down to Florida with me and doing several bike activations while I'm down in Florida as well.
It's only 10 days if you ride it. Well, 10 days to here, sorry.
And 10 days to your house?
Yeah.
Dan's like, dude, if you ride your bike to my house, I'll get you to Lakeland.
You know what? I'll tell you right now, if you ride your bike to my house, that might earn you a 101 MP.
All right, guys, I gotta leave.
You can't skip field day. You're the vice president.
Yeah. Oh, I can stop where on the road and do field day somewhere.
Is Dan coming to Murphy? Maybe. I have to check my schedule. I got to check with the boss.
Yeah, I got to check with my boss. Oh yeah, he says I'm going.
Yeah. Murphy would be easier for me to come to than Dayton, for sure. So
I hear that Murphy is the place to make epic park to parks.
Yes.
Sometimes you can even force people that don't want to do park to parks to do them. Ain't that right, Otata?
That's right. No skirting the rules, though. No skirting the rules. He said he didn't say you had to ride the bike the whole way. Just park down the road and ride it down the street to my house. No skirting the rules. He knew the spirit of the rule. That's like it's almost a 5. No. He has to ride the bike the whole way.
So as long as I ride the bike the whole way, I get the 101 MP.
We're not going to skirt the rules, the spirit of the rule. You have to ride and pedal your bicycle from Chief Logan to my front door.
Ride and pedal my bicycle the whole way from not Chief Logan, because that's across the street. That'd be an extra.
I ain't going an extra 50 feet.
So riding pedal my bike from close to Chief Logan to your house.
Yeah.
Okay. We can do that. Is it so? I'm wondering if it's against the law to hook a cable from a bike to a car. I'm gonna take the chain off so I can pedal the whole time too.
If you do that, that'd be worth it.
It's like, I'd buy it.
That'd still be damn worth it. You're absolutely right. And video it too. Yes, sir. That's like people who ride the skateboard.
I don't think I would have to video it. I'm sure there would be plenty of videos on the internet.
Going down the interstate at 80 miles an hour, getting towed by a car.
Look at this idiot going through Charlotte right now.
Yes, that would count for his bike roof, I think.
Yeah, I would say that would be a definite big bike rove.
Victor Echo 3 X-Ray November Sierra Stroke Tango Bravo. Welcome to the party, even though we're going to leave it here soon.
You know what's crazy is there was a time in my life when that wouldn't even been a question. He would have messed up by saying that because I would have left tomorrow and 10 days from now showed up at his house. But luckily for him, that time in my life was a lot healthier years ago.
Right.
That would have happened at one point in my life. That it and probably it probably wouldn't even bothered me. So
Now it doesn't. All right. So Google Maps, it just says 10 days. It doesn't. I'd have to break down how much you'd have to ride per day. I mean, I don't know. I guess Google has an average mile per hour of a bike rider and an average daily time that you would ride. I don't know.
First off, I love extreme sports, and one of my favorite extreme sports is Googling something and seeing how long it takes to get there, and then totally annihilating that time.
Yeah. 4 days later, he'll be here.
But I do wonder what Google's thought process is on the 10 days. So it's around how many miles is it?
I don't know. I'd have to pull it back up, but I can tell you their algorithm for that probably does not take into account getting towed behind a vehicle at 70 miles an hour.
No. Well, I'm wondering if it takes into account sleep time.
Oh, probably. I mean, I wouldn't think they'd calculate it where you ride 24 hours a day.
That's probably 10 solid days, is what they're saying. So 10 solid days would be a whole lot longer.
That's a good point. Once you get over the mountains and everything, you can just coast most of the way down here, right?
Boy, I will tell you what, going down the hill at Fancy Gap would be a fun ride.
You'd have to go through Atlanta, though.
I don't think I'd have near the problem
right.
as I would in a car. I would probably rather bike through Atlanta than I would ride a car through Atlanta.
You'll probably pass everybody on the interstate.
I mean, I'd still want a bulletproof vest if I was on a bike. That's great.
Be a fun little drive.
I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting year.
Gonna be a fun year, that's for sure.
It's gonna be a fun year seeing who. It's gonna be a fun year seeing who the 6 people who finished the PCN challenge is gonna be, because we're not doing this 5 stuff this year.
I heard in another chat that Josh, Kilo 4 Lima India, is getting kind of lonely this year. So in 2026, he said he was going to try it again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will try it again in 2026. Josh right now, because he's fresh off of last year, he's thinking no way. But this time next year, Dan was thinking no way. And so far, Dan's in this year. So
am I really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shut up! You know you are.
No, I didn't actually. No, I thought I missed a day. I mean, I did.
You really gonna say that you're not hunting me on my first activation every day for a reason?
Well, that's just because I happen to be sitting there.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it, guys.
And it's on CW.
I don't buy it at all.
Yeah, and it's on CW. If it's on voice, I'd have to wait.
My first activation yesterday was on voice, and you got me.
Did I? No, that was CW.
You know what? I did do CW at the first activation too. I did both at the first.
Yeah. No, I remember now what I said. I said I was going to hunt you every day until December 31st, and then not hunt you.
Dude, I will laugh my butt off if you do that.
Yeah,
I will.
I think that'd be epic.
Yeah. Ryan says, "Who all is left in the challenge?" I don't know. I
Mm.
ain't pulled the stats lately.
If I had to guess, probably 15, 16, 17.
I don't know. I could name some people that I know's in it, but
I am not hooked. I can quit at any time I want. I'm going to quit on December 31st, cold turkey. the boyfriends being together.
Jealous.
Don't talk about my man like that.
She just wait till I get to Georgia and somebody got to sleep on the couch.
That's right. Alpha 0 Zulu. What's going on, buddy? We ain't seen you in here in a hot minute. He says you got to do the worm the last mile.
You know what? If Kyle wants to make that ride with me, we can do this.
Oh, yeah.
We definitely could do this. Kyle could be my support team. He could pull the teardrop around, and when I get tired, he could just pull over and I can get in the teardrop.
You know, Brent. Okay, so I'm hoping by December 31st we'll have I'll have another call sign that I have access to use, and I'll hunt him using that call sign, but not my own personal one. That would be funny.
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
Kind of like Josh did for you on the first.
Yeah, but Josh found a way to worm out of that. I can't remember what it was. How? Oh, he couldn't use it because it was a club call, and that could be multiple people. That's what it was. So it's good. There's still a ton of people in it. I know that. It's not very many fewer than the last time I checked. I'm gonna say maybe 3 people's dropped, maybe 4. But if you think you're in, you probably are. I could. I'll if any of the Patreons want to know if they're still in, I'll run the stats while I'm in Discord, and of course I'm gonna have to upload my logs from today. But I'm like, wow, nobody's in. Nobody hunted me today. But yeah, after I run the stats, I can say. QO40 says, I'm not. I know that for a fact.
That's right.
Do you really think you missed today, Dan?
I did, really. But
yeah,
I did. Yeah. Sometime in early January, I thought I missed, but apparently I didn't.
I don't think you did.
When you upload your log, it'll tell the truth.
I could be wrong. When I look at the log, it'll tell me, but
I can imagine Josh after that hunt on December 31st. It's like Mel Gibson and Braveheart, all the paint on his face. Freedom.
Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to make 4 people mad real quick.
Uh-oh.
But here, let's go back to this. Let's go back to this right here. So, I really appreciate the people I appreciate everybody that hunts me. I appreciate everybody. But the people who help keep me going to these parks, I really, really appreciate them. And I know on December 31st, I knew Josh was working all day long, pretty much. And I knew for a fact that my first activation, I was doing PSK 31 because I swore forever that I was going to do it.
That's right.
But I did text Josh before I did the PSK 31 and said, come get me on CW right now. Because I knew he couldn't do PSK 31 in this truck, and I didn't want him to, because I knew I was going to wait for a while after I did that PSK 30, and I didn't want him. But considering there was maybe 3 times that he wasn't on top of that board, that kind of helped him out. So I did let him off the hook a little earlier, but the rest of them, if they didn't get me on that PSK 31, I made them wait a little bit.
Made them sweat.
Because it was already bad because Dan the night before spotted me. I'm sitting in my living room getting spotted. And then the next morning I did PSK 31, then went QRT. So yeah, I had a little bit of fun with them. But
Mike says he's just going for the 5K. That's awesome.
Who's going for the 5K? I took my
Mike.
chat.
Mike Halpenny.
There's
That'll be good.
So you're saying you're just going for the 5K? You're not really doing the PZN challenge, Mike? I don't buy it. You're in every day so far. I don't buy it. I don't think you can quit. It's like once you start smoking, you think you can quit, but there is no PZN patch.
The PZN patch.
I honestly think that Terry's going to get his 10K coin this year.
Oh yeah,
I think Terry's going to get his 10K coin this year.
But speaking of that, I think I'm already off the hook for somebody hunting you at every activation you do. So that's good.
Yeah, you are.
That didn't take long.
No, you knew it wouldn't.
That's why I was going to be
me. I actually hunted a few people from the park this evening. So I hunted Brent, I hunted Sherry. Okay, I said a few. That's two.
Speaking of kilos, Eddie rolled 18,000 at his park today.
Very nice. Very nice.
Not 18,000 kilos, 18 kilos. 18,000 kilos.
If you got 18,000 kilos, you're doing real good.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, time flies, doesn't it?
Okay, Brian says I hunted him too. So there we go. I remember it now too because I hunted you after I did CW. I happened to notice you were on. That's correct. Alrighty. Well, it is the top of the hour. What you got coming up, Dan?
Man, not a lot. Supposed to get colder tonight, so hunker down and turn the heat on. And other than that, not much. Just work and play radio this weekend and next week and the week after. And that's about it, man. Take us over to the after chat.
That's right. We are definitely going to the after chat. After chat is a Patreon benefit, but guess what? You can try that for free. It's super easy. Dan just dropped the link. You go to that link, you click on free trial for 7 days for a top activator, and then you do the most important thing. The most important thing. You message me or Dan in Discord so we can get you these benefits. It's just like we got a brand new Patreon right now, and I've sent him a message. I don't know his call sign. I don't know his Discord name. I can't get him the benefits, and he's an actual Patreon. But so, make sure and message us, and just in case we don't have that stuff, or, put your call sign, at least put your call sign in there when you're signing up. That way we know how to help you guys. But other than that, I'm going to be on the radio. In case you ain't noticed, I'm back to my old self. I don't know what my average is this year, but it's well above the 3 parks a day that I did last year.
For sure. Back to normal.
I've been busy at it. Honestly, I'm looking for not unique park number, but I'm looking for QSO numbers like I pulled out in October in Canada, and we all know how busy I was there.
Yep.
So, it's going to be a good year. But thanks everybody for the super chats, and we'll catch everybody on the after chat. And 73, everybody.
See ya.